Hey everybody, how's it going? Just a little ramble video on the Tartaros pattern Terminator armor from forgeworld. When I saw them, I knew I was going to get them, so I pre-ordered them. Took some time to get to me, across the pond as it were, but I got them, and they're very cool. The detail on them is great, and I'm looking forward to doing them, so I'm just going to do a little ramble video on them. I want to start off first by saying Templars Crusade 01 did a great series of videos on this kit. He showed you them like they are now on this brew, talked about them a bit in his chat with the designers of the or the designer of this model from the Forge World Open Day, which was cool to hear about. And then he did a video showing them assembled, and then a finished painted video, which was cool to see. And if you're watching this, you did a great job on those guys. They look really cool. So, I agree. He did a little ramble himself on the idea of them being just different armor variants. Now, I love these guys. I think they look cool. But I agree 100% with what he was saying about them being just another armor variant for Terminator armor. Like Power Armor, Terminator armor has gone through some changes and has different armor variants. Or armor pattern variants. Just like with Power Armor, we got Mark 1, which isn't really used at all the way up to Mark 8, which is like the latest and greatest quote-unquote armor, the Arant. The Mark 8, if you don't know, whenever you get a Tactical Marine box, you'll see this one chest piece that's kind of got a tall collar. The center has got the wings, but inside of it looks like a grill, like a speaker grill, almost. That's the Mark 8 Arant pattern armor. I like saying Arant. You can just say Errant, but I like saying Arant. It makes it sound more regal. Anyway, the Tartaros pattern armor is like that for Terminator armor. It's just a different pattern of Terminator armor. And I don't have the website anymore, and either that or I don't think it works. The link I have anyway. But it was actually on the history of Terminator armor. Some guy made a website about the history of it. And on there are different marks of armor. And I don't know if Tartaros was on there or not, or if this was just made up by forgeworld. It doesn't really matter because I like it. But there are multiple marks for Terminator armor as well. So if you don't like them, that's fine. That's your own opinion. You're allowed to have that opinion. But it's not. This isn't where Terminator armor is going. In fact, I'd be very surprised if Games Workshop started making these guys in plastic as the new Terminator kit. I don't think they will. I think they'll keep their brutish, broad shoulders Terminators that we have already, and this will just be a forgeable thing. These guys are a hair's breadth, I'd say, taller than the standard Terminator model from GW. They're just a little bit taller. It's just a different stance of the armor than the regular Terminator armor. So I really like the way these guys look. The legs are very cool. I believe they said this Terminator armor is inspired by the Mark IV Power Armor a bit. When you look at it, Terminator armor is also known as Tactical Dreadnought armor. And this kind of looks like a Contemptor. The torso looks like a torso of a Contemptor pattern Dreadnought a little bit. Just a little reminiscent of it, so that's kind of appropriate, I feel. The Storm Bolter is very cool, or Combat Bolter, whatever you want to call it. But in game terms, it's a Storm Bolter. It's very cool looking. It looks like I think a Storm Bolter should. In my opinion, the Storm Bolters on the plastic Terminators are a little bit too short. I think they should be a little bit longer, like these guys. The Power Sword for the Sergeant is also very cool looking. And this is the head. It's a flat head like the Forge World Dreadnought, so that's what you should come to expect for their heads. And the shoulder pads are a two-piece shoulder pad setup. You put the small part on, and then you put the big part over it. Looks very cool. The Power Fists I like the look of. They're a bit more. They're a bit longer, I feel, and a bit skinnier. I like the look of both Power Fists, but I just like they flow well with the armor when you see them assembled. And you got a little chain fist bit to make a chain fist attachment for the Power Fist if you want chain fists, which is cool. And then the Heavy Flamer. This is my favorite Heavy Flamer of them all that I've ever seen for Games Workshop. I really like this look. It may be the same size lengthwise as a regular heavy flamer for Terminators, I don't know, but it just looks a bit more compact. It looks big, it looks beefier though, and nastier, like it's going to hurt a lot more, even though it won't because it's the same profile. And it's kind of reminiscent of Doom's BFG a little bit in my head. Maybe it's just me. But it's a very cool look. So, these guys I plan to do as Deathwing Terminators. And hearing about how there will be assault upgrade kits for these guys to give them twin lightning claws and Thunderhammer storm shields, I like that. And it looks like there's going to be a character conversion kit for them as well. I don't know if that's going to include a different looking flathead. I call them flatheads because it's flat on the bottom and it's only half a head for the Terminators. I don't know, but I did see a power like mace type of arm, which you can get. It looks like, or at least you'll eventually be able to be gotten if I can speak properly. So that's pretty cool. And with that, and with the fact that I'm doing them as Deathwing especially, I am going to up the ante on these guys a little bit, and I'm going to magnetize the weapons. So I'm going to magnetize, I'm going to glue, first off let me say, I'm going to glue the torso to the legs. I have no real need to magnetize that. But as you can see where the arms would attach to the torso, I'm going to use magnets on both sides to give it a strong bond to magnetize the arms to it. And I'm feeling a bit adventurous, and I think I'm going to also magnetize the hands to the arms that are separate, because it's a pretty easy joint. It's just a flat piece of resin there and a flat piece over here. You get it so it links up well, then you put magnets on either side. It should hold no problem. These pieces are pretty light, so shouldn't have a problem with the tiny strong magnets that I have. That is optional. I think I might do it, especially if I see more about these conversion kits that they don't include a full arm and it's just a hand with like a combi weapon. Not that they're saying they would do that, but should there be a combi weapon included or that mace piece included, but if it's just a hand, well then I'd rather have the hands magnetized. But who knows, right? I have no idea how they're going to package that. So that's optional. And the third thing I want to magnetize, which is also optional and entirely dependent on if it's even possible and keep a nice clean look, is the chain fist bit to the power fist. That way I can make it a chain fist when I want and keep it a power fist when I don't. I like having it look like it's supposed to. So if I want a chain fist, it's going to look like a chain fist. If I want a power fist, it's going to look like a power fist. I don't want to have a chain fist that I'm running as a power fist just cause. I'd rather have it actually look like what it's intended to look like. And this is part of me revamping my entire Deathwing collection of magnetizing everything for my post-Heresy Deathwing. So that's kind of my ambitious goal here, is to do that. So I'm not going to rush this at all. It's going to be kind of a side project to just slowly work on them, get them to a point where I can start magnetizing and do some tests that way carefully. The nice thing is, in the end, if I do royally mess up, it doesn't really matter. I could just glue them together and you wouldn't really notice. So I'm not worried on that end. I just want to do it slow, take my time, and do it right. Speaking of assembling these guys correctly, I need some help. I looked on the webpage, looked at the pictures a lot, and for the life of me, I can't tell where this piece underneath my index finger, this little U type of look here, I have no clue where that goes. I'm assuming it's an actual bit for the model, and it's only on the sprue that has a power fist. So if you have it's on the close combat, not on the sergeant sprue, but on the ones including the power fists. It looks like this little U piece. I have no idea what it's for or where it goes. I'm probably overthinking it, and it might be really obvious and staring me in the face, but I just don't know. So if anybody has an idea, if you can leave it in the comment section trying to describe it, I'd appreciate that. And if you can, take some time to do a response video just so I can see, I'll understand better if I can actually see you point it out in a video or whatever, where that piece goes, because I just have no clue, and again, I'm probably being really dumb and overthinking it. But if anybody has an idea, let me know. In fact, it may help other people out as well. So that's it. Just want to show you these, show you these and ramble about them a little bit. And yeah, I don't know when I'm going to start to actually work on them proper, but that will happen. So hopefully in the near future and not the far future. Um, I have to work on my Deathwing color scheme. I got to figure out how to paint Deathwing to the way I want it to look. Because right now I'm not happy with how my models look, and that's why I'm stripping them to repaint them. I just have to work on a better way of painting up Deathwing. So if anybody has any tips for that, let me know as well. But anyways, that's pretty much it. So until next time, take it easy.